Top of the morning, everybody. This is the Breakfast Hub on AT&T 360 Aviation, Travels, and Tourism Report. I'm going to talk about a lot of things, most especially local airlines in the Nigerian space. But before I do that, I'm going to actually talk to some people. Some people are actually going to be with us and also share their own views. They are also the co-anchors of this program. Sir, may we know you?
My name is Rahim, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome aboard. It's the AT&T 360 flight, so we just shut off this morning. You guys sit back, relax, and let us entertain you at the same time as we do our thing.
Okay, and so our lovely lady here, what's your name?
My name is Ray, and I'm super excited to be on the Breakfast Hub at AT&T 360. So stay tuned as we have so much fun today.
Okay, right now we're going to go back on a short break, and please do not touch that dial. Welcome back, and this is still the Breakfast Hub on AT&T 360 Aviation, Travels, and Tourism Report. So, Ray, how many airlines do you think we still have in Nigeria?
Oh, we've got a couple of them, like a lot, Dana, Airpeace, Eric. You know, I mean, don't you know about some?
Yeah, Asman and the rest of them. Yeah,
Oh.
a few of them.
Few of them.
Yeah.
Okay, I just...
There used to be more than that. I don't know, for one reason or the other. It's a very expensive line of business.
It's
so
not
I think
easy.
People have to.
And there's a lot of, requirements
A
to
lot of
be
license.
safe. It's one of the
That's
craziest means of
form of
transportation, So people are very specific. So that's why we cannot have plenty. It's not just anyhow business. What do you think?
Exactly. The angle I see airlines here is when I was a little boy, I used to look at the white people that created the airlines like, man, how do you build something like this, make it fly, and then fly away in it?
Yeah,
It's
you really
fascinating.
piqued my curiosity.
From the first thought of flying is a fascinating industry. And thank God for AT&T today. We're going to be enlightening a lot of people out there about what goes down.
Yes.
In this industry.
Even adults, the young children in them would also be enlightened because, like you said, I always saw this thing as, it was just a white man thing. It was just adult business. People that were not in Nigeria. So I'm super excited for what we're going to say today. Can't wait.
Okay, right now, we're going to talk about the outfits of the cabin crew.
Ooh.
Yeah, the outfits, exactly.
I love it.
Sometimes when I get into the, go on board and plane and I see their outfits, it intrigues me, most especially.
However, there's something I feel like local airlines in Nigeria are not doing so much.
Oh.
We should be promoting our culture. I mean, IBOM Airlines, oh my God. I mean, some airlines should really go, cultural. Imagine somebody serving you your brunch or something in Adire or George. My head will swell. What do you guys think?
You know what,
I mean,
sweetheart? You know what? Yeah, I'm a foodie kind of person. So if you are bringing me buns and coke in Nigeria, man, I don't like that, man. And bring me amala, and a
do you
t-shirt,
get?
man,
We need
I'm okay
something
with that.
more Nigerian.
You know what I mean?
I'm flying to Nigeria in Nigeria, just different places. But let me feel.
Oh, please. On the contrary, I'm not in support of that. You imagine a cabin crew person, most especially the ladies, tying wrapper. How are they going to take tie wrapper? They say
they're cool.
things.
And funny thing, and maybe I'm just taking extra, but what if they now kneel down like, good morning, sir.
Oh.
Give you.
Man, I'm about to make me a wife.
I see,
I'm making a wife out of you,
High
man.
five.
That's some good respect.
Yes.
Show me that airline. Show me that airline.
I mean, so
I need to be
we're
there.
giving free tips. I think you people should really just stop it out loud. What do you think?
All right, we're going to be looking at the security areas, this aspect of the industry today, and things that are safeguarding people, passengers, and even the pilots themselves and the crew, against all of this. Lagos at this point in time, I think it's a high risk area. Security is very tight at the Lagos airport,
Yeah.
local and international. So, and because we're having these insurgent things coming up, they'll be robbing trains, they'll be robbing cars,
It's been a
kidnaps
lot.
and all that. The last time I was at the airport, there's a lot of security guys out there.
Yeah.
They're in mufti. Most of them are in mufti, so you don't even know
They
what's
blend
going on.
in just for safety.
And all
just for
those
safety.
stouts, they've really gotten rid of the touts. Even the cabs,
Oh,
you can't call a
grateful,
cab, you can't park at the airport now.
Wow.
Yes, it's serious. There's a fine and there's a jail term attached to all this.
And that is how it should be. Because
Exactly.
honestly, like we mentioned earlier, flying on air is one of the most specific form of transport. And it's not just available to just everybody. So there are specific set of people. If anything happens, they feel sue some people now. Do you understand?
Yes.
So there needs to be specific, requirements in place.
Yeah,
so I think it really, really makes sense. And I think,
guidelines.
the officials blending in wearing mufti is one of the smartest moves they
Security
can ever
operative,
take.
yeah.
Yes, it's one of the smartest moves. Now I don't know who is who. I can just open my mouth and just say, I'm carrying this now. I want to drop something or whatever. But because I don't know it's a security, they'll catch me. And then everything is in place. Do you get?
Okay,
It makes me more conscious. Like I don't know who is who. Let me keep to myself. If I'm doing something bad, if I'm doing something good, do you get? So I think it really, really makes sense.
Okay, I still feel that the Nigerian airport is one of the safest airports in the world. Seriously, there's an improvement.
I concur.
There's an improvement.
Yeah, no, you take it as safe now because the guy will allow you to the departure or safe. So, you can't enter departure, you can't enter arrival.
You can't even try it.
They would search you.
Exactly.
You can't even get in. Because some people do get it. If you have a lot of cash, and they will assess you first, then they might let you in. So it's got your person that's leaving the country or probably coming in.
And I think this has been right from time. I remember when I watched a video on YouTube and somebody talked about how, Fela and his family, people, they were going out traveling. This is very, very long. And they passed him and they saw that somebody had more money, and they just told them that they couldn't go and all that. And they took him to jail or whatever, So I feel like this security requirements and rules has been there right from time. And it's amazing to see that we, the Nigerians, have kept it.
Not really.
Amazing.
Let me shock you guys.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen at home, let me shock you guys. When I was in elementary school, that's primary school.
Yeah.
You understand? We used to walk from my primary school. It was just across the airport. We used to walk on the wrong way, we cross the wrong way, the planes coming, we just lie down on the ground, the planes will pass through, then we walk all the way to the international airport to pay our school fees at times. There's a bank, I think it was Union Bank in the international airport there. Then a friend of mine's dad was working in the control tower. We used to go up there. In fact, we played football up there.
Wow.
I've been escorting my auntie to the UK back then. And while they are checking her in, as a little boy, I was about maybe 9-10-year-old, then escorting her, carrying things for her on the plane. I'd already be on the plane. They'll still be checking her. And then she comes and what you want to play? Lost in London, yeah. And like, okay, so far my mom is there, I'll go back. So security wasn't really that crazy back then. But it's taking a different turn these days, everybody's eye-choking, eye-popping. I was at the airport the last time, man.
I think it wasn't crazy, but it was specific.
Yeah.
They don't just meet everybody randomly and just like, oh, what are you doing? But now it's because crime has gone higher. There are much more bigger people, and there are consequences.
Okay.
Back then there was no social media that will carry this person did this. You remember a couple of days ago, somebody they switched a ticket from first class or so to economy or thereabouts, and she put it on social media, and they had to begin to fix it. So then there wasn't all of this technology in place, so they could go away with some of these things. But now it's more specific. If you do anyhow, you go see anyhow.
Oh, all right. That's all about the security and aspect. But I still believe that flying is actually the safest transportation.
Yeah.
So right now I'm going to talk about time management. It pisses me most times when an airline says, "Okay, we're taking off at 7:45 and we are still waiting till 9 a.m. What is actually happening? What are the courses?
This is not a conversation that we're going to see the end of, honestly. Every airline, almost every airline has done this. I remember when I was supposed to fly some time ago and got delayed for about an hour.
Really?
I just wonder. I just kept wondering, why?
You're lucky, only 1 hour.
Are you serious?
You never see 3 days.
Oh,
1 hour delay, you are complaining.
But I feel like there should be some sort of...
It was an international flight, I mean.
No, it was a local flight.
Yeah, 2 days delay in Nigeria.
Oh my God.
Airlines are there.
But I feel like there should be some sort of regulation in place to avoid this. And even if it happens...
Actually, there is. I was reading about it. There are regulations in place that you can't just not... You must... If you cannot meet up with this time for your departure, your plane, your aircraft supposed to fly, there will be measures in place to make your passengers very comfortable.
Yes.
As in very, very comfortable. But it doesn't really apply here. Why doesn't apply? Or that doesn't apply, I really don't understand. But they must be well taken care of to when, their flight leaves. Probably get them hotels, probably get them spas, so you want a haircut, they get them drinks. And
for this place.
Nigeria we do, bro.
It happen, but people know.
But then again,
uphold them. They know they uphold that.
It could happen. Why is it in Nigeria with it? It could happen. Nigeria's getting better. what do you think? Things that happened before are not terrible. Things that happened before are not happening again. So I feel like, I think, and I also think AT&T 360 is one of the places where we get to enlighten people about these things.
Okay.
Exactly.
You can have the right to complain. No, you are delaying my flight for something. I deserve some sort of compensation.
All right, thank you very much, viewers and listeners. This is still the Breakfast Hub, and I believe you want to share your experiences and everything you've gone through with the airlines. Please just go on our social media handle AT&T 360 TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and let us know your experience. Okay, back to what we just said, time management. Me personally, I feel that they ought to let us know if this is going to be delayed and the reasons why. Probably the weather, the engines, and all that. It really help us. And
I be pilot, don't shy you.
maybe pilot says don't come late.
Pilot shy you.
Do you know that? Do you know there was a time? I think I was just. The person just said it. He didn't know. People were there. I went to use the bathroom, so they said, "Oh, the pilot actually came late," and we waited. I mean,
damn.
So I don't know if it's maybe the assistant pilot or but they said the pilot came. I'm like, why? And you delayed multitudes of people. We had an appointment. We're supposed to we're supposed to go meet some people, talk about some stuff, and we were on a time crunch. And you delay us, and all you just say, oh, I'm just ready. I'm angry remembering it. It's unfair. So, crew members coming late is also one of the reasons why flights get delayed, but we just don't know. It's wrong.
But talking about the flight management, I think my take on that should be, there's no matter how you want to manage time. There are unforeseen circumstances, situations that occur, which is like, I think you mentioned something like that, which is weather.
Okay.
The weather might be terrible. Sometimes, they say there's nothing as unforgiving as bad weather. There might hurricane, flood,
earthquake,
stuff like that might happen. So
even air congestion.
Like that, And what goes on up there, thousands of kilometers up in the sky, is not what actually goes on down here. We can't see them. So, sometimes those things really have to come up.
I mean, right?
To delay, for our own safety, it's better to get there late, they say, than, never.
Never.
I mean, but I completely get what Raheem is saying, right? But that is things that are not controllable. Yeah. We can't control the weather. We can't control, maybe technical fault or mechanical issues and all that. But crew members coming late.
Hero. That's unethical. That's
Unprofessional. Exactly.
Unprofessional,
yes. and unethical. That's just really
Please, can you tell us that headline? Probably did you catch the name of the pilot?
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, it's still 360.
Definitely.
AT&T 360. You guys are tuned in and locked out.
Baby, we no cast them. I beg for you. We no cast the pilot
at the same time.
Yeah. All right. This has actually been wonderful. Viewers and listeners, please tell us your experience, how everything is actually happening. Don't hide anything. Just let us know what you went through and all that. Okay, now we're going to talk about the expenses. We're going to talk about the price of tickets. It's alarming.
I have something to say. Apart from even, the prices, why am I paying 170,000 and you're giving me bones? Dry bones or sausage that has no beef inside.
You are flying. I know see
flying toxin.
Is it must go transportation motors.
Even AT&T 360 is giving us tea and biscuits.
Imagine if I'm traveling very early. I want more than just water. Give me tea, give me something else, give me food. I'm hungry. I've not eaten. It's a morning flight. There's no way I would have gotten something to eat. Exactly. So give me something. Local airlines can do so much better. International airlines, have all of those things, but local airlines, we can do so much better. Because we're local doesn't mean we shouldn't, have these things in place.
They don't take care of the welfare on
food is a big deal
on most airlines. The last time I was on an airline, I thought it was one of the best in Nigeria. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was surprised by those buns, those round buns.
With them fried dry
and that kind of thing they can't give person. With those small juice or small pack of, it's crazy. For 100,000
for an adult, not even an infant.
Yeah, we understand that aviation fuel is up and all that, have staffs to pay, but at least for its worth.
It should be a necessity. Honestly, for me, I'm gonna go back to an airline if they serve good food. I
Okay.
don't care the price, as long as the food is good. They're treating me well, and I'm feeling like, oh, what I'm getting from you, I'm not getting from another airline. I will come back to you. It's not. It's not. You're gonna be.
And it's different in first class, so
Of
What did they say for that place now?
first class. Anything you want.
now your money now. Now your money.
Really?
But then I feel like that's discrimination.
Price of what you pay for,
But that's
economic
discrimination. I still paid money. How will I pay 170K and you be
To
giving me
chop
hard buns? It's not fair.
Well, as for me, I feel we should start serving our local dishes in flights.
What
Don't
if there's,
play,
turbulence,
yes.
there's turbulence and the
Turbulence
line
about
just
what?
your trousers? You have a line all over your
I think they serve eba and
how
egusi
you
soup.
It is what it
Or
is.
banga soup or
It is-
something.
But then again, before well, honestly, food is a big deal, and I feel like they should really cater to our, food needs on the airlines. It will really make a lot of difference.
Oh, that's very
It's
true.
just that it might affect the pricing. But even if I'm paying a very exorbitant price, I want to feel this is why I'm paying it. Honestly,
You
a big
know,
deal always
if-
has been and always will
if
be.
if you are paying, it's only fair enough that if you are paying 170,000 naira, that you just spend just a token, like 3,000, 4,000, maybe chicken, chips, something that
Even
looks
if
good, that
it's
just that
2K.
involves you.
Yes,
Even
now
if it's 2K, give
ordinary
me food.
2K.
I don't want 2K.
Please, airlines, hear this.
I
We are
don't want
pleading
to
and we are
eat.
begging on behalf of Nigerians. Please, 2K is okay. Please.
Okay, come down. They've
No,
heard
it's annoying. 170,000 naira and you're giving me small dried donuts
Rhyme.
that have stayed in the oven for 2 weeks. No,
If-
please.
Someone tuned in and said he's been taking, he hasn't seen this Okin biscuit in a long time, and he was served with it on flight.
Oh, blimey.
Okin biscuit, can you imagine? Who does that?
What?
Please tell us the airline. We want to know the airline that served Okin,
Please,
and where
please.
did they get it from?
This is Breakfast Hub. We're not casting anybody, but please, I believe you all listening. We need something better than what you've been serving.
You know what? Why don't we just take it to the streets at this point? Let's hear what people have to say about all of this.
Let's go.
Take it to the streets. Be right back. Hi guys, you are welcome to AT&T 360.
360.
My name is Rahim.
And my name is Ray.
All right, we're taking it out to the streets today, as you can see, to look at two different kinds of people talking about the aviation sector. One are the kind of people that live around the airport area where these flights take off and land. Want to know what they think about the noise from the aircrafts, how safe it is, how many flights have, been dropped, air crashes and stuff like that. They have a lot to say. I want to find out what these people have to say and how safe they feel. And the next group of people are
people who have experienced these flights personally. You'll be so shocked to hear what person A has to say is different from what person B has to say. In terms of safety, what stands out for you on these airlines? Let's hear what you have to say today.
all right, it's AT&T 360 TV. If you want to follow us,
On
please
YouTube.
do follow us on YouTube. It's AT&T 360. Let's find out what the people have to say.
Over.
I can remember one of those days when I traveled with my wife. We were going to Dubai, I think. We got there, I think about 2 hours before the flight taking off. But we were told that we need to get vaccination. We need to provide our vaccination ticket evidence, which we did. We have. But they said we need to go into the airport to get another one again, and we have to show evidence. So we need to send mails. So eventually we couldn't go that day, so we were charged for missing our flights, even though we didn't miss the flight, but because the documents relating to vaccination wasn't available on time, so we were charged for missing the flight. I think it was not a good experience, really. Baggages. Well, we do not really have much issue. Our baggages, we actually aware that our baggages need to be packed properly, and we need to wrap it to avoid any stories that happens, people putting illegal things into your bags. And so we did the wrapping properly, and we made payment. So that wasn't the issue.
My international experience was wow. Virgin Atlantic on time. The check-in experience was superb. The air hostess was fantastic. And then when I got there, apart from the queue, based on the crowd that arrived at the same time I got to London, it was quite an easy experience.
Yeah, local flight experience was smooth. Most of the time we travel to Abuja, we never had the issue. We never had issue, so it was very fine, fantastic. The only one I can remember, like a little issue, was we were to fly back from Abuja to Lagos. Our flight was 6 p.m. and we were told it has been shifted. There was an issue, so we had to wait for about 2-3 hours for another flight to come back. So we came very late to Lagos that night. So that.
My experience with local flights, I can say maybe I've been a little bit lucky or blessed, but I've experienced delays many times. Sometimes cancellation before I get there. Sometimes we wait till night. There was a time we had I have to get to a meeting. I go to the meeting very late. Well, the truth is that we need to do more in helping people missing their flights, missing their meetings. Remember, a missed flight is a missed meeting and a missed connection. So it's adding more problem to what's on ground. It's frustrating many businesses and also stopping many approvals. So I think they should do more in the area of accountability to all flights and a lot of planning, because for people that go to help the economy to grow, they must always meet meetings. So to me, I've missed flights and we are not happy about it. So I urge the management and also the team to look into how they can come and help in making sure these flights are accountable and also help them in meeting up their timing.
I used to think that local airline I read with delays, but this one was not bad. When they were going to be delayed, they sent an SMS and email to inform us just about 30 minutes. I went with my family, and it was quite another good experience. There wasn't a delay, so I would say it was a good one too.
No compensation. We are not told earlier. When we at point of booking, we book around 3 p.m. scheduled 6 p.m. flight. So we go to the airport 5. We are waiting till like 6. What's happening? We have not been called. They are calling other local routes, so they didn't call Lagos. So we're like, what happened? They said, we are sorry. They are sorry. They need to. There's a kind of technical issues that our flight will be rescheduled. So they said 1 hour. Minutes 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, another story came up. 8 o'clock until 9, they now called us. So it wasn't a nice one, really. So we expect them to actually improve on that. Once it's 6 p.m., especially if it's not a weather issue. But that particular day, it wasn't a weather issue. So once it's not a weather issue, I think they need to really make sure that they keep to their promise, because you don't know what I want to go and do in Lagos. Imagine that I was coming for interview or for a job, I would have missed that. So that is a good area to really look into and make a necessary amendment and improvement.
There have never been a compensation on any ground on whether I missed my flight or there's a delay. It's just the normal thing. You get to the counter, I don't want to attend to you, and they send a message that through the people speaking that we have to wait. That's through the announcers, and that's not good enough. Not like abroad that you have the compensation. There's none in Nigeria. In-flight staffs are very good. Mentioning some airlines, their in-flight staffs and most of the air hostess, the attendants are good, and also if they meet up with timing, they are very good in here. Very good in here. I can comment on that. I don't know, maybe there one issue or the other, but in flying, Nigerian flights, most of the flights are very good on here, and if we don't meet up time, they meet up time. So that's also.
Hospitality, when we talk about the staff at the baggage area, I think there was a slight delay, I think when we were coming from Abuja. So the announcement wasn't quite fantastic, because when I was coming, I had to wait at the waiting area, and then when they announced it that we were about to go, I think the announcement wasn't quite succinct, so I almost missed it. But apart from that, every other thing was good.
Is there any food? Only bread and a drink. That's the truth. As a local flight, it's only bread and drink. 1 hour flight, they give you bread and that's all. So for a man traveling or going for business or whatever, they don't put their mind in the food. So to us is the timing, the right timing that really matters, and even the right pricing. So I believe that we should look into that. The truth is that there's somehow you push something that is not manageable that will be sustainable later. That's why a lot of flights and companies are folding up, because they don't understand the system anymore.
They didn't give us a meal. They just gave us a pack that has, I think, what was that? Maybe a biscuit, then cake, and then a drink. My kids love it. Well, for the kids, it was a nice one. But for me, well, it was just there.
A lot, a lot. By the time you put Nigeria local flights to the international standard, even the international airports in Lagos here, Murtala Mohammed Airport, there are a lot of things to really do. When you enter another country, you see the way their flights and the airport is, you're like, wow. For example, we're in Dubai, when you drop, there is elevator, there is everything that's working. Unlike here in Nigeria, inside the airport, you'll be sweating. So embarrassing. And imagine as high temperature the environment in Dubai is, inside the airport you're feeling chilling until you go outside and oh, this place is very, very hot. But here we have normal weather, but inside the airport you'll be sweating. So it's not a good one. A lot of things, a lot of facilities needs to be put in place to ensure that when you enter the airport, it's a kind of it tells people about the country. So if the airport is in good shape, people know this country is organized, their things are packaged. Unlike you get to the airport, you are coming from a very nice airport, you enter the Nigeria airport, international airport, and you are sweating, and places are not well tidy. So those things are very key and important.
But for NCAA, I would say we can still do better because when you compare what we have in Nigeria to what we have abroad there, we know that we can still do better. Let's talk about maybe the baggage handling people and all the other airport staff. The airlines try to give it their best, but I think for the airport itself, the authority can do better. Maybe in the aspect of handling baggages, in the aspect of the check-in, the trolley and everything.
A lot of our dumping air flights, and it keep on happening because there's no compensation ground for us to pay such an amount, and it's not stable. That's the problem. If you have a stability in price, it would have been okay. But today you book for 50,000, tomorrow it's 100,000 naira. In an economy where people are not making money, where would they get such a money? There's a missed flight and a missed business, and the same business you have missed, they are telling you to pay double for flight going back. So it's a complicated system that they need a lot of planning. So I think it boils down to the economy problem.
And that's it on the street of Lagos. Let's take it back to the studio.
All right, Ray, can you just tell us a little bit of, let me just say your experience when you just walk into the airport and they're giving you that customer service. Can you just give us a light about that?
I think it's the last time that I went, talking about my last time, right? They were just in a hurry. It's like just packing us like crayfish. Pass here, pass here. Stay. I was so. Have you ever experienced that though? When you just come and they're just packing you like crayfish. Stay here, come there, don't go there. Wait. It wasn't the nicest. But
when it's not secondary school.
It wasn't the nicest. Honestly,
my.
the last time I went, it wasn't the nicest, and it was not like I came late or anything. I came normal time, and they were just like, "Come here, stay there." So angry, So I wouldn't say their customer service was good, but regularly, I think it's really nice. Especially when you get on the plane and they're like, "Oh, please sit here" or this. I think it's really nice. But last time was terrible.
Boss Raheem, tell us a little bit about what you've actually encountered.
Yeah, I think it sucks. I think their customer care sucks. It really sucks in Nigeria.
See,
honestly.
I didn't lie.
Because,
I did not lie.
Because that's people like Nigerians are just Nigerians generally. They don't take to you telling them what to do. Everybody in every position. As you're sitting in that seat right now, you are the boss. Nobody can come there and tell you less, unless somebody around here. That's how it happens in Nigeria generally. So whatever position they put you, you're the boss. You must bow. That's how it's always like that. So when you can't tell them no, but my ticket is no, they don't want to listen to your your own opinion. They don't want to look at things from your own side of view. The training is maybe they went through the training, but it's not really. They're not really enforcing it because customers that are going to be flying, I think they are really, really protected. They have a lot of rights, and if give us our rights to to fight for waiting be our own.
I feel like it's gonna be different for people that fly first class though.
Oh.
Maybe. Definitely. If you're paying 170,000, first class probably like 400,000 naira. So you see the big difference, man. So
It doesn't mean I should be treated less or anything. It's still
get-
my
yo,
money.
so
And
get
like
paid,
you
get
mentioned,
some money.
oh my
Wait,
God.
Everybody gotta
there's
get
this
paid.
iconic statement that says customers are always right.
Yeah.
Preach, brother. Preach
Yeah.
it.
So what's
Preach it.
happening in
It's
Nigeria?
still my money, but then again.
The customers are always right, but what's the color of your money?
Ah,
How much are you spending?
Le
Okay,
Baton.
okay. Okay, don't let me
That's
lie.
one of the money.
I've actually experienced very beautiful customer service.
Oh.
It's just not always common. They can do better, but it's not that terrible. Haven't you experienced any good customer service when flying?
Yeah, you might come across one or two, but one
Yeah.
end or the other, you'd be like, kilo shele.
Even when they're nice, they're like, this is weird. I was so weirded out. It was so nice. I was like,
The one that just pisses me off is those guys that run around you. Okay, make me carry bag.
do you get? And some of them will carry your bag and run away. I've not experienced this, but I'm
You want to rob me, ni? Hey, you see, he wants to rob me, sir.
very jolly.
Yeah, the airport should just work on all that. There are still guys that work under the airport, guys, and they still make passengers very uncomfortable. Make I carry your bag, make I push your bag.
I think they should
What they
really-
call trolley guys and stuff.
They should
They're trying to
limit
get
the
a
amount
hustle.
of people that
It's a
are there
hustle.
within time.
I understand it's a hustle.
Okay,
People
and-
have to eat.
And I've had good experiences as well too. They're not all that bad or terrible like that. They've had good experiences now. Abby,
Yeah. I'm not saying there are no good experiences. I mean, there are these beautiful hostels you can look at.
Brother
They take
Rahim.
the stress off
Come
your shoulder,
on.
I remember one
And
time
some
when
are not so beautiful, so but you try to keep focus on the
at least they were so small.
I think we need to censor that, right?
I
All
remember,
right.
I remember when my cousin went, and she was like, there's this guy, and he was so nice, and he just kept asking her. I just wondered, she didn't collect his number. She just kept, and for weeks, he kept talking about, oh, my aviation boyfriend, oh, my. So I have to say, they are really fine people. I think they scrutinize the people they, employ you, because they're very fine.
Okay,
can
I
attest
just
to
want
it.
to offer an advice to all the airlines. I feel when you're training your people, please ask them, do they have that passion? That is what separates the good from the bad. If you do not have a passion for serving people, please don't even come in there. It's very, very important.
Because they won't smile well. It will be a fake smile.
And we were talking about complaints and whatnot earlier on. There are actually some outfits out there, some bodies, regulatory bodies where you can actually take complaints to
yeah.
if you have as a customer, as a passenger.
Yeah, you're very right. Viewers and listeners, if you do have complaints or you actually want to voice out some things you've noticed in the airports or airlines, we have some bodies that will help you. We have the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, and NCAA, Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. Just go to the customer's desk there and lay your complaints and all that. And mind you, we can also help. This is still the AT&T 360 Aviation Travels and Tourism Report, where you can lay your complaints and everything, and we will definitely give you a feedback. To my anchors, how's it been so far?
It has been actually fantastic so far. We have been listening to you, telling us about AT&T.
Thank you very much.
And it's been amazing, period.
All right, this is the last words from me. We got you. AT&T 360 TV, we got you. If you have any complaints, you have something you want to talk about, or something has actually been bothering you, we got you.
For everything aviation, travels, and tourism, we are your best bet, Rahim.
All right, that's how we wrap it up on this edition of the program. Make sure you join us again, same time, same station on AT&T. It's the Breakfast Up with your Breakfast crew. See you guys again, same time, same place, man. We out of here.
All right.
Period.